Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
It's Monday, but it's a short week, so we got that going for us. Welcome to it. Thanks for being here. Got a Pat Gray bingo card, a brand new one, so we're going to have to get some things done quickly this week, I guess. When you do get a bingo from the Pat Gray bingo card, which, by the way, is posted to the top of our X page, you call 888-900-3393. If you're the first one through, then you win.
X page is Pat Unleashed.
So it starts in the upper left-hand corner with living embodiment of the law. Then, it's me saying they taught their English to our young. Okay, that's from Indian Reservation by Paul Revere and the Raiders, obviously. Je ne sais quoi. Jeffy says,
I don't know. I don't have my glasses. What am I supposed to say?
We're off to a good start here.
that's for damn
sure.
That's right.
Then we got five days from fundamentally transforming.
We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America.
So exciting. So exciting.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, let's get there. Keith?
Mobocracy.
Jeffy uses his hand as a map.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What does that look like?
In
Sort
case
of like that.
if I were to use Michigan, it would look like this.
Okay.
State of,
have you done
capital
another
is
state
Lansing.
for
Yeah.
us? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do Florida for us. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
perfect.
wide
Yeah,
panhandle.
Perfect. Yeah. That'll look
Well, it
good.
goes into Alabama.
I see. Okay.
Then we have...
God save the Queen, man.
Yeah, that's what we have. Me saying, by all that is good, right, and holy. So you're saying there's a chance. Rounds out that column. Then something about with the intensity. I dislike Joe Biden, for instance, with all the intensity.
Because there's
Of 10 trillion white-hot burning
no
suns.
room for hate.
Could be 8 trillion, could be 10 trillion. Just the phrase is the important thing. We hold these truths to be self-evident. And then it can't... you know the thing. Then I make a reference to Lee Greenwood still singing from the original Rally for America back in 2002 or 3, whatever that was.
That's a long time ago.
Gonna put y'all back in chains.
They're going to put you all back in chains.
Making the apocalypse fun. Then we've got, brr, I'm cold. It's cold, brr. Chris starts the show late. That's almost a free square. Although today, I will say, bam, right on time.
Right on time.
Congratulations, Chris. Nicely done. I love this one.
These black soldiers
Uh-huh.
were a link in a distinguished line of patriots, enslaved and free, who risked their lives in every war since the founding of our ideals, and we don't know fully what American soil is.
Okay, so that's the important part. We don't know fully what American soil is. Wow. Wait, we don't know what American soil is? Okay. All righty. Keith says...
I mean...
And we got Jeffy.
See?
You have your glasses now?
No,
What
but
happened there? That was good.
I could make that out.
All right. America good? I don't remember that. Who
That has to be a Biden.
Okay. Keith.
Fun fact.
Then I say there's no way to tell. Usually in reference, always in reference to the metric system because there's no way to tell. Pat Screech. Also, the blood.
The blood of liberty.
How much have you heard this phrase?
The blood of liberty.
Never.
Give me a break.
Give me the blood of liberty. So he gets it wrong from the beginning. Stupid as those. And then he still, give me a break. Dude, no. Back away from the microphone, okay?
Just stop.
You failed, and you failed miserably.
Just stop.
So that's our list right there, and it's going to have to happen pretty quickly this week.
If we were to get bingo.
Which Jeffy continually points out, there's no law.
We're not contractually obligated to do anything like that.
We don't have to have a winner. Yes, we'd like to. We'd very much like to.
Of course we'd like to.
Yes, and we're going to.
I figured it out. I see. He doesn't want you having to give away Kexi cookies because that's less that you'll bring in for him.
All right. So we still we still have some issues from Thursday's
We're
debate.
reeling from Thursday's debate.
Oh, man. The fallout from that has been pretty amazing, hasn't it?
It sure has. Oof.
Mostly Democrats, I would say. 80 or 90% of them are saying that was an absolute disaster. This guy can't continue. There are a few that have defended him, Barack Obama among them, which is weird. I really thought Obama would be the first to step up and say, that's it. Okay, he can't do this.
Doesn't seem like he can do it anymore.
Right, that's right.
But he wants to continue running it, though, right?
Right.
I mean, you can make that case.
But I think no matter who's in there, he's going to continue to run it. Right? I
Well,
mean, maybe
that's-
it's just that he's easier because he's an empty vessel. I don't know.
He's too empty is the problem.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, do they think Kamala's not going to play ball the way Biden does? As far
Maybe.
as doing the bidding of...
Maybe.
I don't know. It's been fascinating.
It really
the
has.
last 72 hours.
According to a CBS News YouGov poll that came out yesterday, 72% of Americans believe Biden doesn't have the mental and cognitive health to serve as president. 72%.
Oof.
That's a 7-point increase from 3 weeks ago. Should be higher than that. I mean, if you saw the debate, that probably represents how many people saw the debate, which was 49 million, I think I read.
I think there's a story
Yeah, it was
somewhere
almost
there.
50 million.
It was 50 million watched, but 31 million streamed online,
Oh,
which equals 81 million. Ironically enough.
Thank you.
job, Keith.
Thank you.
Way to go.
So the 50 million.
I'm not looking for
Good math.
applause.
So
I'm
the-
saying
no,
that
so the
equals
30
the
million
votes,
is
the votes.
is plus the 50,
yeah.
Yeah,
not in the 50.
31
Right.
plus 50.
I know, I understand that, but I thought the
Right.
31 was in the 50 million in the total.
So if we put the 18-minute together along
No,
with
but-
the 7-minute together, you got 22 minutes. You sell it with 8 minutes of ads, you got 30 minutes.
That's correct.
No, I thought I saw them as separate numbers in what I read. You saw something different?
I don't, okay.
Okay. I thought it was 81,
Okay.
which equals his votes.
I would guess that's true because I think a lot of people watched that thing. There was a lot of curiosity. Now they said those numbers, at least the network numbers, were down.
Well, I did see where CNN
From
had like
years past.
8 million and Fox had like 8.1 or 8.2 million. I mean, Fox beat CNN with
Right.
CNN's feed.
God, isn't that crazy? That's amazing. That's amazing. That is amazing. The survey also found an overwhelming number of Americans believe the president shouldn't run for re-election, including nearly half of his own party. I bet it's more than that. But overall, the 72%, a number that includes 46% Democrats, don't believe he has the capacity now to be
Where you
president.
been? I mean, so
I
these,
know,
these
thank you,
people all
yes.
been lying to us the whole time. We talked
Whole
about
time.
this on Friday. I mean, they're the same people that have lied to you for years, if not at least the last
Yes.
6 months.
No question. In fact, there was a story about Biden insiders hiding the truth from the public. I'm sorry, you can't hide it. We've seen
No, but
it.
they've certainly
we talk
towed the
about it
line.
but they do try to hide
Yeah,
it.
they've towed the line for sure.
Oh, absolutely. They've shielded him from people inside and outside the White House, according to the story, since the beginning of his presidency. So that's why supposedly so many people are shocked by his performance Thursday night. But apparently, even like the help in the West Wing are kept away from the family. And the excuse they use is that, well, the president's not used to having people wait on him, so we'll take care of it.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All righty. But what they're finding is that, most people almost everybody who saw the debate is now questioning him and wants him gone.
And rightly so.
Should have happened a long time ago.
Yes.
Really should have. But then there was another story about Jill, and I'm glad it's not just us now that are realizing Jill Biden is clinging to power
Yeah,
through
oh my
him.
gosh. She's the enabler by far.
Oh, and she's hideous. She is so nasty.
You're talking about Dr. Jill Biden.
Dr. Jill Biden.
There you go.
Yes.
That sums
Dr.
up
Jill.
the Thursday night
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
right there perfectly.
Trump lied.
Well, I don't care what she's saying. Look at the look on her face
I
and
know.
look on his face.
Look at that.
That is everything right there.
Rather than saying, okay, honey, we tried to cover this up, but we can't. So,
Can't do it, bro.
You know what? Let's just announce that we're done now. Nope. She's more intense than ever. Oh, it's just so bad. And such elder abuse. She should be charged. should be charged with a crime.
I mean, the reports this weekend were so from both swung both ways. We got the it's over.
Yeah.
They're meeting at Camp David out there in the woods. Now that was already a scheduled meeting with the family, some photo op.
Right.
They had the whole family there, except for one, and they were all there for some big Vogue photo op that they had to accommodate from Hunter's schedule or something.
Yeah.
So they went off as it was a part of, they were meeting to whether he was still going to run for president or not. We had reports that it was over. We had reports that they're sticking to their guns, that it was Hunter, not Jill, that was pushing him to continue. I mean, it was just so many reports that are just...
Yeah, and who knows?
I know. I don't foresee him going anywhere.
I don't either. I think he's going to ride this out.
Until he steps out there and says it in his demented mind that it's over, I don't believe it.
And while they've said he's looking forward to the next debate, I think they're going to find some way out of that.
Oh.
Can't do that.
I'm surprised. To be honest, I'm sure they're regretting this first one, but
big
I was
time.
really surprised that this actually happened.
Yeah.
And we have that vote covered, Jeffy. I just found it. It just came out.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. Yeah. We will decide our future.
Look at that.
That is something else.
Uh-huh. Well, the president of the United States right there.
She's hideous.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh, she's hideous. Even some of the close personal friends of the president are saying enough. Okay, enough. New Yorker editor David Remnick watched the disaster, and he published a column on Saturday that was headlined "The Reckoning of Joe Biden," calling for the president to end his reelection campaign, and because he said it's a national endangerment. He's right about that.
Hello.
Absolutely right. He said to the Daily Beast, it's just become more and more evident, and the debate was just the kind of breakthrough moment. So he said, you can't chalk this up to one bad night or he had a cold, because it's happened multiple times. And so even he was admitting that. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
I saw someone make the point. He had a cold. That's why we took him out in public after the debate. We took him to a Waffle House.
To Waffle House to shake hands, meet and greet,
go to the
had his rallies, right?
And then North Carolina, but he had a
really
cold.
good point. Really good point. So you spread that cold all over the nation, all over the East Coast. Congratulations. Somebody else has a cold now.
He's a super spreader. That's what he is.
Yeah.
So Remnick said you watched it, and on the most basic human level, you could only feel pity for the man. Well, I didn't. And more, fear for the country.
Yes.
Thank you for that admission. I mean, that's just some honest reporting, which is really rare from these people.
And they're all concerned about how we look on an international stage. They already know.
Yeah.
If you've been paying any attention at all, which, I mean, we definitely have here on this show, they already know.
Yeah, they do.
I mean,
and
come
Trump
on now.
mentioned that multiple times during the debate, what a laughing stock we are to the rest of the country, or the rest of the world.
And I mean, why do you think Macron and all those other dingleberries are trying to step up on the world stage? Because they don't have the United States there.
There's a void. Yeah. By the way, Macron, boy, he's
in trouble.
Getting his butt kicked.
I
over
know,
in
he's in
France right
trouble.
now. So, obviously, it's not breaking news to say that the Democrat Party doesn't care about our country whatsoever. They care about their power.
Yeah.
And that's what this is at this point. Because if it were about the country, if he doesn't, if he's not out of it by the end of today, then yes, they're probably going to stick with him. And
we'll see.
Yeah, it's almost like they know something we don't know.
Yeah,
about the integrity of the vote in November. They don't care who they have in there on the ballot.
Jeez. Oh man, did you see this? I missed this on Friday. The Babylon Bee story. So good. Trump indicted for killing elderly man on CNN. They write, tonight's presidential debate ended abruptly when Donald Trump was served with papers notifying him that he had been indicted for the murder of an elderly man on CNN. And they quote Trump, "Hey, I didn't do anything. He was like that when I got here."
Good stuff.
Trump, who had planned to debate President Joe Biden, argued that the strange old man keeled over on his own. The very idea that the old man said before slumping over onto a nearby podium. It was also at this point that Trump discovered the man had been propped up by an apparatus and could not stand on his own. That wouldn't surprise me either if that was actually true. You know, I got here and everything was fine, Trump said. CNN is fake news, but I'm here and they've been nice tonight. But then there was this dead old man in the corner, and I thought, wow, the game must be afoot, you know? And believe me, I was about to solve this murder before you got here. Yeah, said Officer Nolan of the Atlanta PD. Why don't we talk about this downtown?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we didn't question that.
Yeah, really funny. Really good stuff. But we still have a few things to say about the debate on Thursday. There just was so much there we couldn't cover it.
We had the debate, and then we had the North Carolina rally. We had,
a lot.
We've got. Then he was in New York on Friday, celebrating the end of Pride and the National Pride Day. The what was it? The Stonewall riots with Elton.
We got all sorts of clips.
We're beyond June now. Yeah. It's no longer it's shame month.
You can still celebrate.
The rest of us can be ashamed of ourselves.
Congratulations to the corporations. You can relax now and change your logo back to its original form.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. All right. So back to the debate, though. We didn't show you this one. This is kind of fun. Joe not blinking. He stood there for...
Yeah, somebody sent me this, and at the bottom, it has this little thing that talks about how when you're on cocaine, you don't blink. And so it's kind of fun to...
Every legal scholar throughout the world, the most respected, wanted it brought back to the states. I did that. Now the states are working it out. If you look at Ohio, it was a decision that was an end result that was a little bit more liberal than you would have thought. Kansas, I would say the same thing. Texas is different. Florida is different. But they're all making their own decisions.
Wow, good job. And Hunter still think it's mine.
21 seconds-ish?
21, yeah.
Right in there? Oh, that's great. What is the average time? It's like every few seconds, right? Every 2 or 3 seconds you blink?
Yeah, got to be.
Every 5 seconds? I mean, certainly not 21.
Let's see here.
Well, when you're angry and staring.
2 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, 2 to 10. Mm-hmm. Okay. See, we have the cleaner version.
Oh, yeah.
This is a closer up version of Jill helping him off the stage.
There you go.
At the end, we showed you the wide angle last week, but watch this.
Look at it. It's a step.
I mean, come on now.
It is a step. What are we doing?
Well, he's just so feeble. Wow. Seriously is. I mean, if he wasn't destroying the country, you'd feel really bad for him. But sorry, I can't muster any of that right now. Yeah.
And they didn't care about him. He stepped up on that little step to go to the stage, too. Nobody cared about that. He had that okay. I mean, barely, but he made it.
But I mean, for Jill to help him down like that is crazy. Wow.
Well, but
he's fine. Don't worry about it.
He is her little kid, because after that they went to that rally where she treated him like a...
Oh, yeah. You answered every question. Who's a good little boy?
You had all the answers.
Here's a doggy biscuit. Okay? Good job. Who did really well? You did. Then we got this image of Joe and Jill. Dr. Jill, please.
Thank you.
Okay, can we have some respect for this hideous woman? At the rally following the debate. This says it all. Oh, yeah, we did show that again. Yeah. We showed that before. That's craziness.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
She's just, come on now. If you care about this man, don't you really, I don't care how power hungry you are, wouldn't you want him to not be embarrassed on a regular basis? Let's say you don't care about the country. You don't give a rat's anus about the United States of America. Just for him, you'd want him not to be humiliated now, right? You'd want a better legacy for him than that.
Certainly hope that.
I mean, you leave now, and at least you can salvage something. You can lie about what the last 3.5, 4 years have been like. If and when he were ever reelected, there's no covering that up. I mean, he's going downhill at a rapid rate.
Yes.
And it can't be good, but she still wants to be in that White House.
Yes, she does.
And I think he does too. during his cognitive moments, when he knows where he is, he's like, oh, wait, what am I doing in this big house? When did we buy this? This is nicer than Rehoboth Beach. I like this place. Why am I not wearing any pants?
Just stay there, honey.
Here, let me help you down this stair. And not enough can be said about this clip from the debate when Biden said no troops. I mean, it's just one of the many, many lies.
Oh, yes.
No troops died under his watch.
Trump lied.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole debate.
Right.
But Trump lied.
Right.
Okay.
Watch this.
Had a notion that we were this safe country. Truth is, I'm the only president this century that doesn't have any, this decade, that doesn't have any
century,
troops
decade.
dying anywhere in the world.
He can't do numbers. It doesn't matter what it is. He can't do numbers, period.
Okay, first of all, you're the only barely it's 2 presidents this decade. Barely. But out of 2 presidents, you're the one that's not much of a statement, right?
Right.
You got a 50-50 chance that, I don't know, somebody didn't have American soldiers die. But it's a lie. And it was nice to see, let's see, I'm trying to see what service this came from, but they outlined some of the lies that Biden told, because everybody's all over. Well,
Right.
Trump lied. Everything he said was a lie. Every time he opened his mouth, it's a lie. Okay, the no troops have died thing was an absolute lie.
Absolutely.
Obviously, it's at least, and they claim at least 16 troops died in overseas attacks during his tenure. You got the 13 in the ISIS-K attack during the botched evacuation from Afghanistan. And then they don't even mention this during the fact check. But even when those 13 came back home from Afghanistan in their flag-draped coffins, at the ceremony with the families, he stood there and checked his watch not once, not twice, 3
times.
separate times. That's how bored, unaffected, and indifferent he was about the whole thing. And that's why he doesn't even remember that troops were killed under his watch.
Yeah, and the Pentagon was asked about this. We have that clip coming up. We have a widow of a fallen soldier. I mean, this thing is not going away.
I don't think it is.
Well,
no, I don't
good.
think it is. Yeah. Then there's the "We beat Medicare" line, which, I mean, what does that even mean? Trump took it to mean, he beat Medicare to death. He also mentioned, and I mean, this was so blatant because he said he was endorsed by Border Patrol. Well, that is so easy to check. What are you talking about?
And we didn't even have to check it.
Right.
They responded.
And fortunately, Trump responded. He's like, no, they endorsed me, but I don't know what you're trying to pull over there. It's incredible. And the head of the Border Patrol, actually tweeted it out during the debate in real time.
Yeah.
It's like, to be clear, we have never and never will endorse Joe Biden. So that was from the head of the union. Incredible. He couldn't figure out which accord he was talking about. He said Trump pulled out of the Paris peace accords. Climate accord. Now, for him to mix up the peace and the climate, the climate accord was from 51 years ago, or the peace accord was from 51 years ago. The really binding climate accord was just fairly recent. What was that, 2016, 2014? It was under Obama.
It was under Obama, yeah.
And then Trump took us out of it, and then he put us back in it. Black unemployment, he said, is at the lowest level it's been in a long, long time. In April 2023, under Biden, black unemployment hit a record low of 4.8%, beating the previous low of 5.3% under Trump. However, the rate last month was 6.1%. So he has not lowered black unemployment. It's gone up from Trump to him overall. He claimed that Trump wants to get rid of Social Security. He does not. He's never said that. I don't know how he keeps making that claim.
I don't know.
They just don't care.
No, they just, they want to end your Social Security.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Taxing the rich. Biden said, we have 1,000 millionaires in America. I mean, billionaires. And what's happening? They're in a situation where they, in fact, pay 8.2% taxes. If only that were true, you know? The top 1% of taxpayers paid an average tax rate of nearly 26% in 2020, while the top 0.001%, with at least $77 million in adjusted gross income, paid 23.7%, according to the IRS. So even according to the government figures, it's a lie.
Yeah,
it's just not true.
Of course.
But, you know, when you're in that tax bracket, you do find some ways through charitable giving, through whatever exemptions you
They offer it. I mean,
They offer it. Of course, you're going to take them up on it because otherwise you're paying a 40% tax rate federally. It's outrageous. Biden also said the unemployment rate rose to 15% under Trump. It was terrible. The unemployment rate was 6.4%, which is high, but it was during the pandemic. So it was 6.4% when Trump left the White House. It went up from 4.4% in March 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic to 14.8% in April 2020. You might recognize that as right smack dab in the middle of the pandemic, but then it went back down by the time Biden took office. So it's another lie. They don't care what the actual truth tie-in is. They don't even need one. No. They're just going to say whatever they want to say. Then he talked about the drug prices. We talked about that last week, how that was a lie. And that Trump did the insulin thing before he raised it and then lowered it back down. I mean, just one thing after another.
We talk about how Joe's cognitive abilities continue to... Hold on, you got to let it play now. See, now you got to let it play because that's what
black
we'll get.
soldiers.
Yeah.
The link.
Yeah.
Distinguished line of patriots.
Okay.
Enslaved and free.
Enslaved.
Risked their lives
Right.
in every war. It's the founding.
Founding.
Noted.
It's the founding of our ideals, and we don't know fully what American soil is.
Okay, so that's a good lead-in, actually.
Yeah, okay,
Can
good.
we play the split screen? Because we obviously were sounding the alarms long before the 2020 election. Just look at the difference between this old man just in the last few years.
Yeah.
This is fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
I continue to think we have to make fundamental changes in civil rights. And those civil rights, by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community.
He wants to get rid of the ability of Medicare for the ability
Gosh.
I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I oppose.
making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if you will determine the outcome of this election, vote. If you're able to vote early in your state, vote early. If you're able to vote in person, vote in person. Vote whatever way is the best way for you, because he cannot stop you. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Wow. I mean, that's chilling. It really is chilling. The decline in the last 4 years
It's been dramatic.
Amazing. So
I mean, it's
extrapolate that out for another 4 years, and what do you have?
And it's not going to be 4 years. Right. I mean,
No.
the timeline accelerates
Yeah.
with that disease. It's sad.
It is sad.
And it's horrible, and I don't wish it on anyone.
No.
But
you can't
that's
have
where we're
him
at.
as president of the United States.
Correct.
Just can't have that. 888-933-93. Much more where this came from coming up.
You're going to put you all back in chains.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
short week going for us this week. Hopefully you had a good weekend, and we'll be right back into a 3 or 4 or 5 day weekend coming up here. So,
what?
It's a good week. No, what?
A whole 4 or 5 days off?
Yeah, isn't that something?
Man.
Isn't that something? We had an eventful weekend. We actually we got an official offer.
Oh, nice.
On the house. So, full asking price.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, that's our initial offer.
Here, let me say yes.
Yeah.
Wait, do they know how this works?
I know. Apparently not. No.
Not in today's market, man.
It's interesting because I talked about the Greenwich family that was coming in. They saw it 3 times and then decided, no, we can't.
Just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. No, they loved it. I mean, they said that's our favorite home, but we've got teenagers, and you don't have enough teenagers in the area. There's more of a church thing. In my faith, you don't just pick a church and go wherever you want. There's a geographical area that's set aside called a ward. And in our ward, there aren't very many teenagers. So,
hold on. How did they access this information?
They looked into it.
The church
they called people.
How do you do that?
They called people. So
I was a little concerned for you this morning.
We are?
Because there was a minivan parked where you normally park when I pulled in this morning.
Oh, so you thought Jackie got rid of my car?
I thought, holy crap.
That would not
She's
surprise
making
me.
him get rid of the car, too.
If I came into the garage and it was gone and replaced by a white minivan, I wouldn't be that surprised, frankly. But the people who we had 3 interested parties yesterday alone.
Oh, wow.
So our realtor,
awesome.
And this is again, we don't have a real estate agents I trust spot today, but this is another way that realtors can really benefit you. She scheduled them to make sure that everybody saw there was other interested parties.
Right.
So they all overlapped a little bit, which was awesome. And so one of them,
that genius.
So one of them went straight back to the office, wrote up the offer, and made it that day. Now, they weren't interested at all until I came home a little bit early, saw them, and I said, hey, let me show you something. And I took them to the back 40, and you know, with the beaver dam.
Yeah.
And they said, beavers? I'm like, yep, beavers, no extra charge. They wrote the offer sheet on the spot, right then and there. Once they knew that we had beavers in the backyard, they were in.
I didn't realize
they were
this
all
was
in.
a zoo-zoned neighborhood.
Huge. Yeah. So if you can, make sure you get some beavers on your property.
Listen, I've been a fan of beavers on my property for years. So
no, I know that. That's
so you're not telling me
that goes
anything.
without saying.
Yeah, you're not telling
really.
me anything.
Nobody's surprised at that declaration. But I mean, it's been barely a week, so we've really been blessed. It's really the other interested parties, I guess, have until 5:00 today to make an offer if they want.
Oh wow!
Otherwise,
get them in the ring.
Otherwise,
build
we're
an
all set.
octagon in the back 40. Let them have at it.
Let's get a price war going here. Let's get this baby cranked up.
You started packing yet?
It's been packing for a year.
Right.
Okay. Have you found a place to live yet?
No, we have not. But I've been thinking this is almost too easy. You know, maybe we should have gone for more. Maybe we should have been a little more greedy. Maybe. I mean, when they just say yes to your first offer, that's like, oh crap.
What did I do wrong?
I was way too low.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, I am conflicted by this. We've lived there for over 12 years.
That's been your home.
Our youngest kids finished growing up in that house. Our grandkids have definitely grown up in that house. It's hard. I mean, they love the pool, the acre of land. We had a trampoline on it, which, of course, we gave away. It's gone now. We disassembled that and gave it away a long time ago. But, the neighborhood is really nice. So it's with mixed emotions that I sell this. But
that condo you're going to be living in downtown Dallas is going to make up for it for sure.
Downtown Dallas is way too hip for us. That will not be where we wind up. We'd be like downtown Mesquite or something. Some little trailer park, not even double wides in Mesquite. That's where we'll be.
Well, if you move into a double wide, now you're Mr. Hoity-toity.
Yeah, that's. I mean, now you're bougie.
Yeah,
right. We don't want to be bougie.
No.
Got some tweets here. Jimmy Dimples tweets, it's not just that Biden is an empty vessel, it's also that he leaks a lot in more ways than one. Jasper Jennings, Joe Biden gets thrown under the bus this week. Jill's not going to be happy, but the Obamas get what they want. Bunter Hayden, crack connoisseur. The only reason they want Biden to continue to run is because the fix is in and solidified. George Jessel, millions watched, including our enemies. What can go wrong? Yeah, I saw that China, a lot of people in China were mocking us, talking about how one of them has dementia, the other's mentally ill. I mean, they enjoyed it a great deal, watching this thing unfold. With the President of the United States in such
But that
a
was my point.
compromised
They
position.
already know. I mean, maybe in
do.
China they don't necessarily.
But it's embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, they already know, and they know that that's what Trump was saying. I'm coming.
Right.
I'm coming.
Yeah. Look out.
Hold on.
Because things are going to be different.
Yeah.
Nancy's vodka-soaked dentures. That photo of Jill screaming into the microphone reminds me of Alice Cooper.
It does. Yeah, she's definitely Alice.
Man, he knows not where he is right there.
Oh, he's looking out at the
so
crowd.
lost. Okay, thank you, Biden apologist. Bad engineer, Dr. Jill equals Edith Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Yeah.
There were a lot of stories about that this weekend. I saw
About
everybody was
Wilson?
posting that. Yeah.
Yeah, Woodrow's last 2 years where he was virtually a vegetable. Yeah. Hee-haw the Viking. I'd love to see what happens behind the scenes at the White House. How many times does Joe get combative or escapes from where he's supposed to be? The end stages of dementia can get pretty hairy.
What must be what?
That's really true, though. Really true. I bet it's really difficult to be part of that staff because you never know. Yeah, they do get explosive and unreasonable sometimes, and they don't know what's going on. And sometimes their mind is back in the past, and they think that's happening. I think I've mentioned before, my dad at the end wanted to take care of the cows.
Right.
Remember that?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
So if Joe ever starts talking about the cows that he needs to take care
That's
of.
how you know.
Yeah, that's when you know. Okay, we're at the end now. All right. Yeah, let's elevate him to king, not just president, because he's completely
God
gone.
save the queen, man.
We seem to gravitate toward that now. So
Yes, we do.
but here was we were talking about his claim that no troops have died under his watch. Here's Tammy Bruce on that claim.
I don't know if he's got a heart, and I don't know if it's about happiness, but when we think about lies, I was particularly struck by denying that any of our troops had died during his tenure. And that is an affront and a shameful embarrassment to the 13 families who lost, were brutally slaughtered in Afghanistan at the airport, and those who were injured, or that the Border Patrol had endorsed him. They immediately posted on social media, we have never done that, we never will. So let me finish. I let you finish. When we talk about lies,
Think about
that's what we, and this is the problem with last night. It was an embarrassment for the country. It's horrible what happened, that the people now clutching their pearls, wringing their hands, knew in 2020
Amen.
that this is who they had. This is not suddenly brought by leprechauns. This is the Joe Biden that ran. They hid him in a basement. They had excuses, and they're all now shocked that this is what happened tonight. And this is why the nation's on fire. This is why the world is at war. And now some are making excuses. Most are not, because it is so obvious.
Yeah.
And the problem is, again, it's beyond the partisan nature of this.
Yeah.
The world was watching.
Yep.
And until January 20th of 2025, this is the person and the people who are in charge. No matter what they do at their convention, how dare they?
Wow.
Boy, it's almost. I want to thank Tammy for listening to this program.
Yeah, I know a lot of what we've said, but that was great. Nicely put. And filled with emotion.
Yes.
She's almost on the verge of tears there. But that's because she cares about the country.
Yes.
And what's going on is incredibly tragic. All right. If you haven't been following the news, a massive hit to the U.S. dollar just came in June when Saudi Arabia did not renew its 50-year-old petrodollar deal with the U.S. Since 1974, Saudi Arabia has sold oil solely in U.S. dollars, and that was huge for our global economic dominance. Now they want options other than the U.S. dollar. Not good. So let me ask you, if there's less demand for the dollar, what happens to the U.S. dollar? It's reasons like this that Americans turn to Birch Gold Group For over 20 years, Birch Gold has helped tens of thousands of Americans protect their savings by converting their IRAs or 401ks into an IRA in physical gold. They can help you do that with no money out of your pocket. To learn more, just text the word PAT to 989898. Claim your free, no-obligation info kit on gold. That's texting PAT to 989898. Birch Gold has earned my trust with their education-first approach. There are thousands of happy customers and countless 5-star reviews. Protect your savings with gold right now. Before the dollar plunges any further, text PAT to 989898 today.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pentagon press secretary asked about the claim that no troops died under Biden. Here's what they had to say. I'm sure complete truth, right?
Oh, they were on it.
Just to be clear, was the president's statement incorrect?
Not trying to get involved in campaign events or really go further on comments on the debate.
Are you serious?
If the president had more context, I'd refer you to the White House to speak to his comments. I think you and others have reported on some of the tragic losses of life that we have seen from service members, whether it be, as Phil referenced, in Jordan or in other places around the world. And you've seen this president express his deepest condolences to those families
We've
as
seen
well.
him
So
check his
I would
watch
refer you to the
3
White House
times.
for more.
Beating around the bush here. This is a question to the Pentagon. To you. Has President Biden had service members die anywhere in the world during his time in office?
As you have reported on, we have certainly had service members pass.
They pass
during this administration.
All right. Yeah, heart attacks, that kind of thing. Yeah, car accidents. Some kind of disease. A few COVID-19ers. Whatever.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
It happened. Jeffy. It's hard to believe. It was pre-vaccine though, because the vaccine, of course, once you took that, it saved everybody. Once you took the vaccine, it guaranteed you weren't going to get it.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. It was 100% effective. Also, here's a widow of a fallen U.S. soldier.
This is so sad.
This is very sad. She weighed
I've
in.
gotten a lot of text calls and messages about Joe Biden's claim that he's lost no service members in the last 4 years under his administration, and everyone finds that ironic because my husband died 7 months ago while deployed under the Biden administration, and everyone expects me to be really angry about that statement, about him not remembering that sacrifice that my husband made. But here's a little secret. I was already angry because when I had to fly for 12 hours for the first time with my 16-month-old to Dover Air Force Base, 8 hours after learning my husband died, to receive his remains back into the United States, you know who couldn't be bothered to show up to that dignified transfer? Joe Biden. I had to get on a flight 8 hours after I learned my husband died and fly for 12 hours with a breastfeeding 16-month-old and sit in the rain at 1 a.m. to welcome my husband, his remains, in a flag-covered casket back onto U.S. soil. But he couldn't be bothered. So no. I'm not angry about his statement. I've been angry for a long time, and I've been knowing that he does not give a
Wow. That's pretty sobering. That pretty well sums it all up.
Sure does.
Man. Also, KJP was asked about Biden's health, and here's what she had to say.
Can you tell us more about his cold? When did he contract it?
When did he get his cold?
Did it affect his performance last night?
So, step back for a second.
Let's step back.
Yes, and I think we shared this with many people yesterday. The president had a cold. He had a sore throat. That happens. And that's what you heard last night.
Yeah, that's what we heard.
And, I'll leave it there. I don't have anything else to add. I think Michael covered a lot of this just moments ago. But yes, he had a cold. He had a sore throat.
Oh,
Once
boy.
he knew that he had a cold and a sore throat, he tested. He certainly tested for COVID.
Certainly
it was
he did.
negative.
Negative, okay.
And then
He didn't have
moved
COVID.
on from there.
Why did the White House wait until the middle of the debate to release that information?
I'll tell you this. Look, he had a strong debate prep week.
A week,
And,
okay.
And
Uh-huh.
he got a cold, which happens.
And he got a cold.
It
It
happens.
happens. It happens.
It's not
What are you going to do?
unusual. It's
not unusual.
Something,
To be loved by anyone.
You don't share it every time. The president has a cold. It happened. Once
she said
once,
it again.
Once
he had a cold.
once he
It
had the
happens.
cold and had a sore throat, again he tested negative for COVID, and then we moved on.
And then it turned out he had a cold. It
Disclosure
happened.
of that information.
What am I going to do?
I mean, Tyler, he got a cold. It happened.
It's not unusual.
She keeps saying
to have a cold for anyone.
Obviously,
It
during
happens.
the debate, we were asked if
Obviously.
the president has a cold. We said
yes.
We were asked about
happens.
his hoarse voice. We
Does
shared
it
that he had a
happen?
cold.
Yeah.
We shared that he tested negative, and then we moved on. That's it. It was from his voice as he was speaking during the debate, obviously.
Obviously.
Plans to let the
All right.
public know if you weren't asked asked about it.
Uh-huh.
It happens.
It happens. You know, what can I tell you? It happens.
Right, but you're
I got nothing to add
during
to
the
the
debate,
fact that it
that
happens,
was the
except that he had a cold.
why he wasn't
Okay.
doing well.
This is
So
incredible.
people asked why he had a hoarse voice.
Yeah.
Because he had a cold.
Because he
And
had a
we also
cold,
shared.
that's
We
why.
went a step further
Uh-huh.
and shared that he tested for
shared.
COVID and was negative.
They did go a step further.
He had a cold.
He had a cold. It
That's what
happens.
it was.
Okay, it happens. Wow! It's not unusual to contract a cold. It's not unusual. But when I see you hanging around with anyone, it's also not unusual to see me cry. I want to die.
I want to die.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah, it happens.
I do.
It happens. He had a cold. He had a sore throat. Get off him. All right? He was brilliant other than that.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, in addition to the cold, he's had a lifelong stuttering problem.
Right.
Somebody had to say it.
Yeah, it has to be said.
And earlier, you were trying to make something out of him not blinking for 20 some odd seconds. I mean, he's had surgery on his eyes before. He's been
That's
issues.
right.
So.
Yeah. Well, he almost died, I think, from whatever surgery that was.
Right.
On his
He
eyes.
had the eye stroke or whatever. That's right.
Something. Mm-hmm. Almost killed him dead.
So-
But not quite, because he's so superhuman.
That's why it's not unusual.
Yeah. Well, to see him cry or to be loved. I don't know, one of those. One of those. It's also not unusual to go about at any time. Do you know that? But when I see you out and about, it's such a crime. If you should ever want to be loved by anyone, it's not unusual. It's not. It happens. You know what I mean? I got nothing more on that. I don't have anything.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And welcome to it. Thanks for being here. A few tweets here. Mega Soda Mikey tweets, the only debating that President Cadaver will be involved in the near future will be what flavor ice cream or pudding he should have. I think Jill just automatically takes care of that.
I do not think he gets to choose that.
Yeah, he doesn't.
There's your pudding.
Yeah. Here's your ice cream. Shut up. Deplorable Mr. Jackwagon. I wish you guys would stop talking about Biden's cognitive issues. Dr. Jill settled this issue a long time ago. You can't even go there. Remember with is it Jake Tapper?
Yeah.
I think it was.
When they were sitting a mile apart there on
Across the lake or something.
Yeah. All right. I can't go there? No. You can't. Okay. You're right. I won't then. Stephen D. Errors. Give it a week. Wikipedia will list dementia as a symptom of the common cold. Probably. So on Friday, Joe held a rally in North Carolina to prove everything's fine. What do you mean? I'm up for this job. I'm good at this job, and I'm capable, and I'm vibrant, and I'm sharp as a tack.
Yes,
Here's a look at that.
And he did that by having Jill come out and be the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
With her beautiful vote dress.
That is so gross.
Oh, wow. Is that stupid?
Wait.
Look at that.
That's fashion.
Oh, my gosh.
That's fashion.
That's definitely fashion forward. I think is what they call that. Because when it's questionable like that, she's just very fashion forward.
Way forward.
Oh, that's bad. Ridiculous. Oh, look, I could do this with my hand.
Now, I was turned away there. Is this the clip where he gave us the 2 fake jogs? Oh, that's later. Okay.
No, that's later.
Okay, that's later.
Okay, wow. A powerful entrance there.
Yeah.
So, shut up.
I never did see a full shot of where they were at. You know, there was a lot of yelling and cheering and going on.
It probably pumped crowd noise into
I don't know how many people that actually was, because they never saw a wide shot of that.
Jill introduced Joe. Here's how that looked.
Stuff.
So I'm going to repeat that line because I think it's the most important. I loved him from the start.
Look at his face. Look at him.
Look at him. Then the same
he has
character
no idea where
that
he
I
is.
see in him today.
And the cameraman wants us to see
he
this.
has faced
mouth open again. Of course.
Tragedies.
Close
his
your
optimism
mouth.
is undaunted.
Old man.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
His optimism is undaunted.
He doesn't know his name at this point.
But there was more from Jill, which is great.
It is.
As you want even more from her. Don't you
do.
She's so wonderful.
Especially in that
Never
dress.
enough.
Yeah.
Never enough.
Fashion forward.
Dr. Jill and her vote dress.
I saw in him then the same character that I see in him today.
Where's babysitter?
And even though he has faced unimaginable tragedies, his optimism is undaunted.
Yeah, we got that.
His strength is unshakable.
Oh.
His hope is undeterred.
Brother.
Sell it, baby. Sell it.
Wow. Oof.
Holy cow.
What do you say?
I don't know.
Oof.
I don't know. Then Joe discussed his debate performance, which was great. You know, his performance. Everything was fine.
He had to admit there was a little bit of a struggle.
He had a cold.
Was there? Huh. All right. Let's see that.
Cold.
I know I'm not a young man.
Who told you?
Obvious. Well, I know.
I know. Give me a break, people. What's the matter with you?
Well,
not that many people.
I don't. Folks, I don't walk as easy as I used to. I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to. But I know what I do know.
What do you know?
I know how to tell the truth.
Oh, for gosh sakes! You gotta be kidding me!
I know right from wrong.
Wow.
I know how to do this job. I know how to get things done.
Yeah. Well, you know how to destroy the economy.
Millions of Americans know. When you get knocked down, you get back up.
Are we going into the Chumbawamba song here? Wow.
I get it.
Wow. That
So
is
now how much do you love him?
stunning.
Did he turn you around?
Oh, completely.
Okay.
Yeah, completely.
The blood of liberty.
Never going to keep him down. He gets knocked down. He gets up again.
Gets right back up again.
That's what millions of Americans know.
Oh, man.
Wow, that's painful.
He sucks.
That's painful. But there was, of course, more. He made a promise to America.
Good.
Folks,
Folks,
I give you my word as a Biden, I would not be running again if I didn't believe with all my heart and soul I can do this job.
See that?
Yeah.
See that? He gives us his word as a Biden.
As a Biden, which is powerful, stuff.
Stronger than
people say it all the time.
Stronger than dirt.
Do you give me your word as a Biden?
It's a saying, right?
Yeah.
You know what? He's been around long enough to have sayings.
Oh, my God.
I give you my word as a Biden. The guy lies about everything. His background, his present, the future, everything.
Everything.
He lies about everything. Oh, and he discussed Roe v. Wade. This is going to be fun.
Okay.
This is fun, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump says he thinks overturning Roe v. Wade is a beautiful thing.
Red Rover, come on over.
I'm not laughing at that. That was stuttering.
Oh, was it?
That was stuttering.
Oh, let's see.
Donald Trump says he thinks overturning Roe v. Wade.
How do you spell that? No, I can't spell that.
Yeah, what he just said there. Yeah. Yeah.
Donald Trump says he thinks overturning Roe v. Wade.
Man,
he's brilliant,
they
man.
need to stop playing that clip. Like it just continues on and on. It never stops.
Folks, I give you my word. Donald Trump says he thinks overturning Roe v. Wade was a beautiful thing.
The president is the best communicator that we have in the White House.
Oh, that's clear. That's very, very clear.
That is absolutely
crystal
clear.
Let me be clear. Folks,
I will
the president is the best communicator that we have in the White House.
When you hear that, you know that's a Biden.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you give me your word as a Biden?
Well, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Because that's an ironclad promise.
Yeah, if your word is as good as a Biden.
Oh, wow. That's strong. Strong and powerful. Then he had to scream, too, at the North Carolina rally, because that shows how vigorous he is and how strong he is.
Yeah.
And that his vocal cords are still intact.
And how dementia
even with the cold.
Mm-hmm. Even with the cold. Yeah, he had a sore throat, but he was able to scream anyway.
America bows to no one. No one ever.
Hold on. What's the full quote again? America bows to no one, never, ever.
America bows to no one. No one ever.
Can we get the transcript for that, please?
Wow, that's
He does this every time, right into the microphone.
It's kind of like this.
If you can believe it, banning books about black experiences.
Yeah.
Trying to erase and rewrite history.
I can't. I just can't with this guy.
4.5 more years of that guy,
Worst. Yes, please. Yes, please. We're just getting to the good stuff.
Right.
Folks,
he knows how to get stuff done.
imagine what we can do next.
Yeah, imagine.
4 more years. Pause.
But that's fine.
Don't
worry about that. He's had a lifelong stuttering problem.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but he coughed up some more stuff for us. So that's
I
good.
intend to win this state in November. Are you going to see that?
I can't.
He actually was.
I can't.
He actually had a cold.
I guess he did. I guess he did.
Imagine what we can do next. 4 more years.
Pause. 4 more years.
Woo.
Pause.
Our enemies are just.
They're watching.
Mm-hmm.
They love this.
They sure do.
Can you imagine if this was the head of China or Russia? You'd be thinking, wow, we're dominating these people right now.
Yeah, is there a reason why we aren't marching into that country? And you know why they aren't marching into this country? Is the Second Amendment.
They are marching into this country.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to know why they're not marching into the country in uniform?
Oh, okay, yeah.
There.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by
you know
the thing.
You know the thing. Right. You know the thing.
You know it.
He doesn't have to say it.
You know it.
It's perfectly reasonable and legitimate to say you know the thing. Right? Because you know it.
And then I need you to cough into the microphone.
I'm not sure if that's my favorite quote from him.
Overturning Roe v. Wade was a beautiful thing.
Or would it be unquote?
I mean, that's riveting.
Yeah. It's hard to decide between the two.
It is.
Would you rather hear him say Or would you rather have him say, it's hard to decide.
I can't. Don't
Both
make
of
me
them,
decide. Don't make me.
No, I won't.
Why
I won't. It's impossible. It's impossible.
It is that you have a president of the United States who is living embodiment of the rule of law.
Isn't that a fact? That is absolutely the truth right there. You can't deny that. The living embodiment of truth itself.
Embodiment of the rule of law.
Oh, my
right. Rule of law, not truth.
Bypassed the Supreme Court multiple times.
Over and over again. But respect the judiciary because it's dangerous not to. So on Friday night there was the Stonewall event too. The Stonewall riots.
Yeah, they were all.
And so he was at the event, and
with your man Elton, your boy, boy Elton.
And here's that.
I remember my dad was dropping me off to get a license.
Oh, this
to be a
story is
lifeguard
awesome.
in Wilmington, Delaware, at a swimming pool.
And he started humping.
And I got out of the car in Rodney Square, they call it.
Don't embellish
and
the story.
That's where the DuPont building is, and the Hercules Corporation.
I got it.
all
We
in
got
that one quarter. And two well-dressed men were kissing each other. And I hadn't seen that before. I looked at my dad. I was 16 years old. Looked at my dad. And he said, it's simple, Joey. They love each other. It's simple.
It's simple, Joey.
They love
each other. What's your problem?
Simple, Joey.
What's your problem?
There's not a chance.
Oh, I know.
That story
That's such
real.
garbage.
There's not a chance.
When he was 16, it was what, 1844? 1844.
19.
Come on, nobody felt that way in 1844.
No, so in 1958,
Joey.
two guys in public.
Kiss each other. And Joey, it's simple.
Well, it's where those buildings. Remember the building?
Oh, the buildings. There. Okay,
right.
Yeah.
The DuPont building, and then the
Hercules. I think Hercules was there.
What is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So weird.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that even an important part of the story?
Because you got to know I'm telling the truth, man.
Right.
So I got all
That's
these details
exactly what
and
it
stuff.
is. Yes.
Okay.
Details of where he was at.
Oh my gosh.
Remembers it like it was yesterday.
And he's told that story how many times?
Yeah.
How many times? It's bogus, but he loves it.
Yes, he does.
He loves it almost as much as the train story with Ange on the train train station platform there. Then Joe, is that where he introduced Elton John?
Nope, coming up right here.
Okay.
As you can tell, I want to say a hell of a lot more, but I'm not going to. Because I want to hear a guy, there's a guy that you've probably heard about.
Wow. That's good. Powerful, man.
As you can tell,
does he get to it? Does he say Elton?
I want to say a hell of a lot more, but I'm not going to. Because I want to hear a guy, there's a guy that you've probably heard about.
Wow.
Oh, gosh. I guess he eventually remembered his name. I don't know.
Did you forget that Elton?
It's got to be on the teleprompter, right?
Yeah.
Elton John.
Elton John. The guy that created AIDS.
Yeah, the guy who created AIDS. Yeah.
You said he created AIDS. You have to remember who this guy is.
Has he ever denied it? Has Elton ever denied it? I haven't heard him.
So.
I haven't heard him.
I don't think so.
So he hasn't refuted that charge.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Either it's true or
breaking news.
Yeah.
Do we? Is there some more clips from this?
More clips from this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
There was some other good things that happened.
Yeah. He wandered around, for instance, while Elton was speaking, which is.
Thank you too for celebrating our place as equal and valued members of society, and for taking concrete action to
Where
make
you
our
going,
lives
dude? What are you doing?
Today, we join forces to celebrate the progress we have made.
What is he doing?
What are you doing there?
They may have told him to move.
Somebody told him to move because the teleprompter was in the way.
And he was blocking the writing on the wall there, yeah.
So take a few steps to your left. And then he had to figure out.
He has to look down. He has to look down.
Yeah.
Left is right.
Because that means that he went the wrong way from the very beginning. When he was done talking, he introduced Elton, stood in the wrong place.
Mm-hmm. Now this is another. So
when you're done with that,
unquote. Yes.
When you're done with that, and you bring Elton out.
Yeah.
Stand to Elton's left.
Right.
Be done with it.
Which
he didn't do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. now, look how cold this exit is from the stage. Elton wants nothing to do with Joe Biden.
It is fascinating.
Yeah,
I thought about that too.
Watch this. I'm out of here. Huh? All right.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, that's weird.
Really weird.
So he's like, "Hey, good job, man," and like Elton's like, "Huh? All right." And that's literally all Elton said.
That didn't look like a real friendly.
No, it didn't.
Watch this, huh? All right.
Good job.
Yeah, no kidding. It was a good job. I'm Elton John, douche.
Yeah, I don't think he's over having AIDS epidemic pinned on him.
AIDS, yeah.
He's still not over that. Oh,
wow.
Gosh, what an embarrassment to every degree.
Very much so. Very much so. Just trying to look and see how old Elton is here. Oh, okay. He's younger than Joe. He's only 77.
Yeah.
So he's a spring chicken.
Anybody is younger than Joe Biden.
Yeah. Yep. All right. You know, the warmer, sunnier days are calling. You can fuel up for those days with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer. Thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. So good. And right now, when it's so hot, surely in our house, plus the stove's been cleaned and we can't dirty anything.
I was going to say, do you have a stove or... Because
we do have a stove.
It comes with the house, right?
It comes with the place. It does come with the house. We're not taking it with us. She hasn't given it away.
Okay.
We just can't use it.
Right.
Oh.
That's got to remain
just
clean.
like the theater room, we just can't use it.
Which is perfect is why you need this.
Exactly right. So instead, we've got these Factor meals, and you heat them up in the microwave for 2 minutes, and they're fantastic. They're never frozen. They're fresh. They're dietitian approved. They're ready to eat. Again, 2 minutes, and you're in. You don't have to do the meal prep. You don't have to put other ingredients together. It's already all done for you. You just warm it up. So great. You'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great-tasting meals with Factor. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. And if you're selling your home, like I am right now, this is super, super convenient for you. Factor Meals. Go to use the promo code PAT50 at factormeals.com/PAT50, and you get 50% off your first box, plus 20% off your next month when your subscription is active. All right? So, that's the code PAT50 at factormeals.com/PAT50.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter, X, whatever, you want to call it.
All of it.
But kind of reviewing last week and kind of getting into what's going on this weekend, being the 4th of July holiday weekend, and ascertaining some of Joe Biden's stronger quotes of the last few days. Like,
she knows so long as she was denied.
Yeah.
She knows
so
long as she was denied.
Were you just saying that the other day, Jeffy? She no lost.
She no lost.
Denied. Yeah. Remember that? Yeah. It was strong at the time.
Now.
Yeah. It's despicable.
So which one is stronger, that one or the one we learned on Friday?
Yeah, they're both pretty. Yeah. It's hard to pick. Again, I'm not going to force anybody to choose. They're just
not even gun to your head.
Too
Which
much
one is your
quality.
favorite?
Yeah, I can't pull the trigger because I can't pick a favorite.
As a matter of fact.
Whoa.
We've got this today is supposedly the last day of the session for the Supreme Court. So they're going to release some important decisions today, like whether or not Trump has immunity.
Right.
It's a big one.
That's what they're claiming.
Big one.
He's not going to go to trial before the election anyway, no matter what they rule.
Still. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of a former Pennsylvania police officer who was charged with obstructing an official proceeding after he entered the U.S. Capitol building on January 6th and narrowed the Justice Department's use of a federal obstruction statute leveled against scores of people who breached the building where Congress had convened to count the state electoral votes. So the charge was that they interrupted that session. Well, you don't even know they were headed down there to do that. Nobody made it down there to do that. So how do you know what their intent was? Maybe they were just there protesting. They were trespassing into a... So that's really what they've done, is take this from an insurrection to a trespassing charge. Big difference there.
How long will it take for them to address the people that have already been charged and sentenced?
I don't know.
And that's part of what needs to be sorted out. And this will also...
I'm sure they're going to get right on that.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to move fast.
So also affect Trump's case.
Yes.
So
it's
going to be a lot of interesting fallout from that decision.
And it's interesting that the ruling was 6-3, but not down conservative liberal lines. So weird. Ketanji Brown Jackson joined the 5 conservatives in the majority, while Amy Coney Barrett sided with the 2 liberals.
Wow.
How weird is that? That's just bizarre.
Very. Yeah.
But I think a good ruling. How you don't? They didn't really disrupt it. I mean, it did make it delayed for a few hours, right? It delayed their count, but didn't hurt anything, didn't change anything.
Yeah, the other ruling that was of note on Friday was the Chevron case, which now will take away power from the 3-letter agencies, thankfully. And so...
Are they still going to allow Techron?
The
So can Chevron still use Techron
I don't know. I'm
in their gas?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I had to check the dissension on that.
That's a really good question.
Anyway, the administrative state takes a shot on Friday from the court, thankfully.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Congress. Thanks to all the members of Congress and Homeland Security Secretary. I'm not sure going to do so.
Doing a Meow Mix commercial there. That's Joe Biden with his version of Meow Mix.
Thanks to all the members of Congress and Homeland Security Secretary. I'm not sure going to do so away.
All right, 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter, X, whatever you like to call it. Friday morning, Congressman Thomas Massie posted the heartbreaking message on Twitter that his wife had died.
Very sad.
Yesterday, my high school sweetheart, the love of my life for over 35 years, the loving mother of our 4 children, the smartest, kindest woman I have ever known, my beautiful and wise queen forever, Rhonda, went to heaven. Thank you for your prayers for our family during this difficult time. Really sad. We don't even know what happened, right?
No, because she was in the studio and he was being interviewed by Tucker Carlson a few weeks back. They were traveling in the Pacific Northwest last week. So I don't know any details. He didn't say how she passed, but just terrible. Such a great guy, and it just looks like a wonderful family.
Yeah.
Just hate this for them.
Yeah, really sad.
Prayers to the Massies.
Yeah, I mean, she's not very old. She's 50-something?
Yeah.
I think so.
Early
yeah.
50s?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God. 50s now. To Jeffy, that's like you're barely born.
Right.
Right?
I mean, 50 standing on my hands. 50.
Could you stand on your hands at 50? My guess is no, but I could be.
You'd be incorrect.
Okay.
The first 50? Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, on the Sunday morning shows, while the Biden family was huddling at Camp David trying to save their presidency and how they continue their campaign, some Democrats were still out defending Joe.
Yes, they were.
Like Nancy Pelosi, who appeared on CNN.
My people are very much Biden, Kamala Harris, and this is an opportunity for Joe Biden to go out there and show he has the stamina and the rest. And by the way, while the press, and for some reason they don't, there are healthcare professionals who think that Trump has dementia, that his connection, his thoughts cannot go together.
That's where they're at.
What? Okay, and by the way, it's not Joe Biden that everybody saw and everybody is now plainly aware of. It's the other guy who was making sense the whole night. Now, you can say if you want that he lied about everything. He didn't.
Which they do.
Which they have been saying. But you can't say he's got dementia.
That was rough.
There's healthcare professionals.
So I was thinking, man, maybe that's not the best spokesperson for your cause to have Nancy Pelosi out in front. But the more I watched her answers during the Dana Bash interview, the more I thought, no, actually, this was a good play because she was in, I don't know if she was in an inebriated state or what, but this was...
She was in rare form.
This was at 6:45 a.m. Pacific time. So I don't know if she was just waking up or if she was still hungover, but boy, that was... Okay, if you want to compare her to Joe, maybe that was a good play. I don't know. This was rough.
And, look, maybe they... I was thinking about this. No, maybe they... I didn't think that they were going to, throw Trump in jail coming up here in a few days away. It'll be upon us, the 11th of this month when the sentencing is.
Yeah.
But maybe this his performance at the debate gives them pause. That's what some of the things they talked about at Camp David. Maybe they do throw him in jail. I mean, I'm not saying that the judge is involved with the Biden campaign or the Biden White House at all, but just saying maybe
it's completely separate.
Correct.
Yeah.
But maybe it gives the judge, okay, maybe we just throw him in jail. Maybe we do throw him in jail instead of, nothing's worked so far. Let's double down. Let's throw him in jail.
But there was more from Nancy. Here's what else she had to say.
And, while he may be saying we're enablers, we see Joe Biden up close. We know how attuned he is to the issues, how informed he is. I debate with him about legislation, and not debate, but discuss it with him. He's right there.
In
any case, it was a bad night. Let's not sugarcoat that.
Okay.
It was a bad night. It was a great presidency.
No.
Jeez.
No. I don't know what was happening.
No.
Wow. Meanwhile, at NBC, Joe's cognitive abilities were discussed.
Well, when you think about what the next several months of this debate and this race are going to look like, the debate will continue to be front and center undoubtedly, and the RNC signaling what their attacks are going to look like. They posted this video spotlighting Democrats' claims about the fitness of President Biden, and it really is a preview of what we may see. Take a look.
He is sharp, intensely probing, and detail-oriented and focused.
This is a man who is sharp, who is on top of his game, who knows what's going on.
This guy's tough. He's smart. He's on his game. His mental acuity is great.
This is a very sharp president.
This is a man that's on his game.
Yeah.
Senator, do those...
I mean, what'd they have to say about
what'd
that?
Warnock have to say about that?
Yeah, I'd like to know. That's
I'm
amazing.
Sorry,
he kept his answers very brief. I remember that. They were just short.
Wow.
I'm not a doctor. I remember he said at one point.
I'm not a doctor.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like the I'm not a biologist thing. I can't tell you what a woman is. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose Joe Biden. Really? After that debate, you can't diagnose him. After the last 4 years of watching this guy, you can't diagnose him as having some kind of cognitive problem. You can't? Really? Okay. I don't think you have to be I think you have to be a human being with eyes and ears and maybe a brain in between to process the information that's being fed to you by your eyes and ears.
Yeah, but these are Democrats you're referring to.
That's true. So never mind. Never mind. And there's a new Trump ad.
When you think about the Joe Biden you saw in the debate, ask yourself a question. Do you think the guy who was defeated by the stairs, got taken down by his bike, lost a fight with his jacket, and regularly gets lost? makes it 4 more years in the White House?
Nope.
And you know who's waiting behind him, right? Vote Joe Biden today, get Kamala Harris tomorrow.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Wow.
Good stuff.
That's really good. I mean, that's a different kind of political ad right there.
Yes, it is.
Different voice, different approach. That's good. Yeah, I like that. Good for them. All right, let me tell you about the Eden Pure thunderstorm, because if you're sick of the costly HEPA air filter replacements and continually messing with things and trying to do maintenance on your air purifier, you don't need to do that with the Eden Pure thunderstorm, because they don't have any filters in them. There's no place to even open this up to put anything in it. So all you do is pop up the plug-in, put it in the wall, and turn it on, and it starts releasing the O3 molecules that clean up the air. I mean, really strong smells like fish and diaper smells, pet odors, whatever you've got that's messing up the air in your home, the Eden Pure thunderstorm will take care of it. So go to EdenPureDeals.com, use the discount code PAT3. That's going to save you $200. EdenPureDeals.com, discount code PAT3.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. Another short week, so we got to jam-pack all kinds of fun, making the apocalypse fun for you into 2 days this week. That's going to be difficult. It's really tough, especially since we haven't dealt with all of the fallout from last week, as a matter of fact. But we're going to do the best we possibly can and jam it all in here. We also have the fact that today is July 1st. Heartbreakingly, we're no longer in Pride Month.
Gosh darn it.
Does that hit you right where you live? It does me.
I mean,
me too.
I'm still leaving my tree up.
Right? Are you?
Yeah.
For how long do you think?
I don't know. I'm not going to.
Yeah, don't put a time limit on it.
I want you to describe your tree. Does it have sequins? What does it look like? Explain a pride tree to us, please.
You know the pride colors.
Yeah.
Those pride colors are on an orange tree. I like orange.
Me too. Big fan of orange.
They're just right there in the living room.
Nice.
Wow, the presents underneath that? And if so, what kind? I'm just curious. How do you celebrate Pride?
First of all, don't worry about
what I have underneath my tree, okay?
We got there.
Now, we got some really good, really fun celebrations yesterday for the last day of Pride Day.
My word.
Of Pride Month.
Oh, no.
I think there was actually a Pride parade where some wonderful things happened.
Yeah,
Pride parades.
Around. But in San Francisco, we had some public displays of
affection, if you will.
That's the word.
Public displays of affection.
That is the word.
Mm-hmm.
Proud of Pride.
Yeah.
Proud of Pride.
Okay. Do we?
We're not playing that video.
There's no,
sir.
We can't play none of that.
We're not playing that video.
Why? I mean, it's what?
They were too proud.
You're trying to censor love here?
Well, if love involves urinating in another man's mouth.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my. No, honey.
Come on now.
No, we don't need that descriptor.
Adult decisions.
Adult decisions were made, yes.
Yeah, adult decisions. Now, are there kids in the along the parade route? I don't know.
Yes.
You know what you're going to get, right?
Yeah, you do.
If you bring your children to a pride parade, and they got it. And they got it to about the 1/1,000,000th power.
Oh, my.
With that kind of display of affection or whatever that is. I don't know what it is. And I guess it's fine.
In a pride parade, it's fine.
In a pride parade? If that was a hetero couple, I'm sure they'd be in jail right now.
Any other time.
Yeah.
Right? Outside of this actual parade. Mm-hmm. Now you're doing something wrong, but not during the parade.
I mean, all kinds of nudity and acts of
deprivation, which
yeah.
Some. I mean, I hate to
acts of love.
Yeah,
what you're talking about.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
gather around the old pride tree. Am I right?
I don't know.
One of the
that's what they were doing.
The reporters is our friend Jensen, and he was there. And he told the cops, hey, I just witnessed what I just described. And the cops basically said, we have to pick our battles.
Yep, we're not.
We can't do anything.
We're not doing anything. Yeah, because that opens up the whole new can of
whole
worms.
thing. Now, to be fair to the people at the parade,
gosh, come on,
they had it blocked off, and it said you have to show your ID. But then he combated with no one is checking IDs.
No.
Anybody can walk to the section, and the cop says we have to pick our battles. This is not one of them. And he was like, really?
Yeah, as long as we're not fighting,
as long as we're not fighting, just let it happen.
My gosh,
cool, boy. America's a healthy place.
A society can't survive that. If we're not going to do anything about
survive a parade.
Yeah,
Thank
right.
you.
That kind of decadence, that kind of depravity. I mean, whatever you again behind closed doors, do what you want. You're consenting adults, I assume. Go ahead and do what you want. You can't take that outside and do it in public. You can't. It's against the law. Okay? I don't care whether you're hetero or homo or whatever you are. You can't do that. And it should not be allowed. And that should be one of the battles they pick to fight. Right. Go arrest those two now. Pathetic.
No question.
Despicable.
Another thing that really is despicable, and I don't know that it was real, but I feel like it was. Did they actually wrap the White House pillars in pride colors?
Yeah,
yes,
they did. Yeah, they actually did that.
I think that made me more angry than the dingleberries in the parades.
Yeah.
But what's the difference between that and the
They've been lighting that up.
No, not lighting it up, but the lights are one thing. But wrapping those pillars in pride color, in the flag colors, man, stop it. Stop it.
No, it's just getting worse. It's just getting worse. Although there are some companies that are coming to their senses. American retailer Tractor Supply Company has finally eliminated their diversity, equity, and inclusion roles and goals following weeks of conservative criticism online.
Took a beating.
The home improvement and agriculture chain released a statement addressing the criticism and announcing the change. We've heard from customers that we have disappointed them, according to the statement. We've taken this feedback to heart. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Mea culpa.
The company also announced other changes it would make, including no longer submitting data to the LGBTQ advocacy group Human Rights Campaign. Focusing on rural America priorities, including education and veterans causes, and no longer sponsoring non-business activities like pride festivals and voting campaigns. Wow. So you can make a difference.
You can.
Let your favorite businesses know what you think of their DEI initiatives.
Yeah,
and where they can stick them.
That was a 180.
Wow, no kidding. And fairly quickly, too. How about that? So you are making a difference.
Yeah, I mean, look, those are know your customers.
Right.
Just know your customers.
It's just bizarre. It's like the Bud Light thing. You know,
just know your customers.
And apparently they did, and they didn't like their customers.
Well,
that's what What's-Her-Face was saying.
Yes, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, we know our customers, and we don't like them. Right, we don't want them.
Our customers are wrong.
Yeah. And guess what? We're going to re-educate you because you're all a bunch of hicks, and you're stupid. I mean, you're beer drinkers. That's just not... That's not what we're looking for here. Really? You're selling beer, aren't you?
Yeah, but we're not.
Yeah, but we don't want beer drinkers.
We don't want beer drinkers.
What do you want? Well, we'd like to see, like, the people who love wine spritzers, that kind of crowd. Champagne, Bordeaux, something like that. Something classy.
But you don't sell.
Bougier.
Sell that.
Right, but that's who we want to start buying our products. Okay. Good luck with that.
Silly.
Good luck. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. And as a result, they're not even a top 10 beer anymore. I don't know. They may have regained that because I think some of that has gone away. Yeah. It's come around a little bit. But they were number one. They fell to 14th last I heard. We should look into that and see where Bud Light is now, if they've come back since.
I feel like
they're really trying.
I truly feel like they have.
They're trying hard to make up for it. Unlike Disney, who continues to punch us in the face no matter what we do or say. Disney just thinks, I guess, they're too safe, they're too insulated, they're too important.
We'll see.
They can do whatever they want, and it doesn't matter what their customers want. Okay, well, good luck with that. We'll see. And there was also this from the state of Oklahoma last week. Oklahoma has decided that they're going to be teaching the Bible, as the state school superintendent Ryan Malters explained.
We're going to make an important announcement today regarding the Bible and the Ten Commandments.
Okay.
My staff has been looking at Oklahoma statute. We've been looking at Oklahoma academic standards. And it's crystal clear to us that in the Oklahoma academic standards, under Title 70, multiple occasions, the Bible is a necessary historical document to teach our kids about the history of this country, to have a complete understanding of Western civilization, to have an understanding of the basis of our legal system, and is frankly, when we're talking about the Bible, one of the most foundational documents used for the Constitution and the birth of our country. We also find major points in history that refer to the Bible, that reference the Bible. We see multiple figures, whether we're talking about the Federalist Papers, constitutional conventional arguments, and Martin Luther King Jr., who use it as a tremendous impetus for the civil rights movement, and tie many of those arguments back to the Bible.
We got it.
It is essential that our kids have an understanding of the Bible in its historical context. So we will be issuing a memo today that every school district will adhere to, which is that every teacher, every classroom in the state will have a Bible in the classroom, and will be teaching from the Bible in the classroom to ensure that this historical understanding is there for every student in the state of Oklahoma in accordance with our academic standards and state law.
Okay, why would you do that when, since 1963, everything's gone so well?
Yeah.
When we eliminated all of that from the public schools, and look how much better off we are today
I would like to say
than we were back then.
I'm happy to sell Oklahoma some Bibles.
Yeah, he went on to explain how the separation of church and state is a lie. It is not in the Constitution.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so
very true.
This is...
That's true.
Interesting how the domino effect has happened from Louisiana, starting it all.
Yeah.
With the Ten Commandments. I mean, that was started the...
But this is taking it another step.
I know.
I mean, where you must teach from the Bible, from where you can't even have it on the school grounds, to where you must, and we will much about that be committed.
Boy, there's got to be some stressed out teachers returning to Oklahoma schools this fall going, I'm not going to. And in fact, that'll probably be the basis of a lawsuit.
Yes.
It'll probably end up being an employment case.
I'll bet the lawsuit's been drawn up already.
Oh, yeah.
They're headed to court.
And I guess,
very
the
soon.
Supreme Court last week, I was reading where they blocked a religious charter school. I forgot that.
They didn't have any standing.
Yeah, probably right.
That's so much.
So this is obviously going to end up. But you know what? This is what you do. If you're on the right, this is what the left does. The left goes for the gusto. They reach and they try to grab everything, and then if they get 70%, then it's still a win.
Yeah.
That's what the right needs to learn how to do.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be interesting to see. They may not end up being able to teach the Bible, forcing teachers to teach the Bible.
But they may end up with the Bibles in the classroom.
Right, something like that. Or
right next to the Ten Commandments.
Or it's only a social studies requirement, or it's, whatever. That
you must teach the Bible in your history classes.
Something like that. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Also, did you see that they are declaring, many former and current employees are declaring the World Economic Forum as a toxic work environment? Huh.
Well, come
apparently,
on now, with Klaus?
Klaus Schwab, who's 86 years old.
If he's alive.
Singled out a group of employees over 50 years old and instructed his human resources chief to get rid of all of them.
Oh, boy.
This, he explained, would lower the average age of the workforce. The HR chief, a seasoned former World Bank executive named Paulo Gallo,
love Paulo,
declined. Said, nope, I'm not doing that. And he pointed out that there has to be a reasonable explanation for firing somebody. Otherwise, you can get sued. Like poor performance. We can fire them based on that.
Well, that's what the companies...
It's age discrimination.
What they do is they start documenting everything that you do against you until you reach a point where you can't. It's all documented. We have to let you go. Have a nice day.
But Schwab didn't like the fact that Gallo told him that, and so he fired him.
I can't fire them. All right, then I'm going to fire you.
Yeah, I'm going to fire you. Apparently, one episode still making the rounds among staffers is the time that he tapped a young woman to lead an initiative for startups. This is Schwab. She had discovered she was pregnant, and so during her first few days on the job, she went to Schwab's office in Geneva to tell him. He was pissed off that she wouldn't be able to continue working at the same pace, and told her she wasn't suited for her new leadership role. And she was fired after what the forum found was just a brief trial period. She was let go.
That's awesome.
Apparently, he does this kind of stuff all the time.
He's a good guy. Such a good guy.
With this coming out, I mean, this kind of lends credence to that General Flynn theory that, I don't know, Klaus Schwab could be dead for all we know.
Yeah.
Have you seen him publicly since he resigned?
Not at a party.
You go to WEF parties, do you?
Did you see him out mowing the lawn or something?
I did see him mowing the lawn about a month and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah, but that was before his announcement.
Yeah, it was before the announcement. So might mean nothing. I don't know. Still, though, I did see him.
Yeah.
What does he wear when he mows the lawn? Like dark socks and sandals?
Basketball shorts.
In basketball shorts.
Yeah,
okay.
and dark socks. Yeah. All right. We'll see you on Overtime coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.